It's time for the Other Three Amigos podcast. Find us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.
On this week's podcast, we ask, as a fan base, have we gotten inside our own heads? Our press was good. We meet the Dom. The mailbag is opened. There's an Athlone preview. And we finish with a long-awaited apology. All this and much more on this week's Toe Tap. Hello and welcome to Season 6, Episode 9, Episode 334 of your multi-award winning podcast, Toe Tap, the Other Three Amigos, the amazing 100% unofficial Cork City Football Club podcast. Yeah, throw us a 5-star rating on whatever podcast, but yeah. Decky Mac here this week as host. Dan couldn't be here.
Is that your new name?
Sorry, Scott?
That's your new name, is it?
Decky Mac. Well, I'm just reading what's written here and I didn't write it, so but I said, look, I'll just go with what's here. So yeah, no bother whatsoever. Yeah, I was thinking today, remember when I retired? Remember when I packed it in? I'm here more fucking off now than I would have been if I didn't pack it in, because you know,
Kerry's off now 2 weeks in a row, is he?
Cover, just do a bit of covering and whatnot. Like doing more covering now than a fucking stallion. Anyway,
are you hung like one?
Completely sidetracked. Scotty doesn't get the stallion joke in the covering, do you?
I said, are you hung like one?
No, let's not call ourselves. Like, you know, let's not. That's like. Anyway, other two amigos with me this week. Obviously, you've heard from Scotty. Dominic is also there. Dom, welcome.
What's crack, Decky?
Actually, no, don't you know? It's we were a bit short last week, Dom, so we'll have to try and elongate the segments again this week to make up for the lack of time we spent in it last week.
That's thing. It was too short of a podcast, so we'll do better. We'll do our best to make it as long as possible.
Yeah. Why not join us on Patreon? People could see the angry ginger's head now. It's amazing. Why not join us on Patreon? Patreon.com/Toe Tap. We're doing our best. Oh, yeah, we are. We're fine. We're also delighted to have NordVPN as sponsors of the podcast. Sign up for 4 bonus months at nordvpn.com/Toe Tap. It helps the pod, and you get something back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. Wow. Amazing. Do we still have to do the little bit at the start where we talk about VPNs and NordVPN in particular?
You know?
No, but you know what would be really good fun? Do you know our other sponsor, Saley? Just for the complete fun of it, if you were to explain to me how to use Saley as if I'm a 7-year-old.
But did you not try it during the week and you messed it up yourself already? What happened there?
No. I didn't at all. No,
did you get your money back
nothing to do with why
Saley?
I need you to explain it to me like I'm a 7-year-old.
Did you get your money back?
Did I get my money back? No, I haven't completed it yet.
All right.
There is a technological aspect to this, Scott, in that you have to have a somewhat modern phone handpiece to allow.
You literally go to Saley and you do a drop down, you put in your phone, it tells you if you're compatible or not. Now, if someone goes and buys an eSIM and doesn't do that, that's really on them. Not that someone here did that.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. How
it's
could
quite clear on the website, it tells you.
How could they?
Or on the app.
So certain phones work and certain phones don't.
Yeah, it's literally clearly
you
says on
learn
the website,
something new.
Yeah, well, look.
Okay.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah. We'll drive it on. So the academies this week. Under 20s beat Kerry 3-0. The under 17s lost 3-1 away to Treaty United. The under 15s lost 3-1 away in Kerry. And our under 14s won 5-2 at home to Treaty. A mixed bag for the academy. One thing I've noticed, Dom, and it's not even a discussion point, but the academy games now are being grouped. From what I can see anyway, you know, we played 20s and 15s, both played Kerry, 14s and 17s, both played Treaty, and that's something that's been happening since the start of the season. So I presume it's a deliberate ploy from the league. I don't know. why it would be or anything. Sure.
Yeah, it was actually the last couple of years. Last year was the same, and I'm not sure the year before. I think it might have been as well. Which,
yeah, okay.
So whatever the reason for it is.
Is there a reason why they announced the 20s and the 17s game, but didn't give a result on our Cork City FC Acad page?
I don't know, to be honest.
Is it laziness or is it who's in charge of that? Do you know?
I presume there's, I don't know, somebody at the club. I guess I genuinely don't know.
Do better.
You know, maybe like they beat the under 20s won, so there's no reason not to. Look, I mean, people need time off and days off as well. There's probably not enough staff.
Just hire someone. Money's not an option. Not a. What's the word? What was the word?
Not an issue.
Not issue.
Money.
There we go.
Yeah, although your version of money is not an option may also be true, Scott. You know,
that's to do with it.
Money's not an option. There we go. That's the stuff we accidentally stumble upon. Like, you know, awesome. We're going to be flavour of the month again this week. Right, we'll see what the commies were up to.
Commie Watch with Ivan Draco on the other Three Amigos podcast.
Scotty has his finger in the air.
Yeah, I forgot. Did I see somewhere online? I generally don't know. Did I dream it? But are the Ulster Football Association Turner's Cross getting what do you call it? LCD
LED
or LED hoardings? Did I see that somewhere?
Possibly. I don't know.
No. I'm kind of thinking it probably because the state of the Jacks. I'm probably thinking I dreamt it. I don't like. Did I dream of walking into Ulster Football Association Turner's Cross Stadium and see these LED?
Do you remember where you heard this?
I don't know.
I've seen
I'm
this
sure I read
anywhere.
it somewhere. Can
It'd be
someone
class
let
they
us
did.
know?
They did it in 2018 for the Champions League games, and it looked class.
They were rolling, weren't they? Rolling boards? No?
Yeah.
No, that was Tom
Rolling
Collins' era.
boards. They're expensive to install, like that stuff. Like Shamrock Rovers spent in that. Well, was it Shamrock Rovers or Dublin County Council?
Maybe it was Shamrock Rovers I saw. I don't know.
They have it for the last couple of years. But like the thing is, if we were to go about it, we need to get more sponsors, because I don't know if you've noticed the amount of sponsorship boards that we are vacant or empty, vacant space.
We did offer
today.
Multiple times.
And that offer is still there. But there are a lot of empty spaces. There are a lot of empty space that there used to be sponsors, and I don't know,
You'd imagine over the years there's a lot of sponsors there that just they were finished and they just left them there. Because sometimes, I'm guessing that's what happens.
It's good to do a call.
That happens with a lot of organisations. Like, sponsorships run out and finish, and fellas just keep mentioning them every week anyway, just for the crack of it. I fully understand that. Okay, so the commies, Las Damas is out this morning, bright and early. Actually, that reminds me. Something I meant to do for a long time, Scott, is to give a shout out to our man Ron. People won't know Ron, but Ron's a key part of the team.
Ron's a legend.
Toe Tap Powers. Ron edits the pods for us, puts it all together. He ensures that he launches Las Damas for us as well, which is why it's now going out at 7 o'clock in the morning every Monday morning, bright and early, because he has it all done Sunday night and set up and ready to go. So, as I said, people are aware who we are front of house, but I want to give Ron a big shout out. He does the commentary for DLR on the League of Ireland LOITV women's DLR games as well. So if you get a chance to tune into Ron, he's very entertaining, very dry sense of humour, which appeals to us as well, Scott.
There's about 12 of us, is there?
Yeah,
we've more front office than Cork City, I wonder, at this stage.
More troublemakers. You know? But anyway, yeah, so Las Damas was out. Cork City women lost 3-0 away to Bows on Saturday, 2 down after 12 minutes, conceded from 2 corners. Look, let's call a spade. 2 very poor defensive goals to give away. Conceded a third then, I think it was 76, 77 minutes. Again, a poor goal to give away. It's going to sound mad because they lost 3-0, but I do think there were spells in the game where they were decent and they were good. But look, I nearly got through the whole of Last Damas without hammering them. And then there was one question in the mailbag and Decky unloaded again. So, look, it is what it is. But yeah, tune into Last Damas for all the talking points. Sorry, Scott?
Are you still in the footpath?
We'll be treat here in town now next Saturday, so definitely be having a chat with Laurie Ryan after that game, and that interview will take place on I presume now it's the Munster FA Turner's Cross Stadium footpath. To give it its full title.
Maybe we should start being nice to the MFA actually, and they might actually. No.
Remember that guerrilla marketing campaign we were going to do involving the footpath?
We'll still do it.
We should still do that, yeah.
We'll still do it.
Then it would be the toe tap footpath. It would not be the Munster FA Turner's Cross Stadium footpath. Huh?
Yeah, it'd be like going down through Derry on a Friday night. It'd be lovely.
Someday. So yeah, that's the women's game. You can check out Last Damas to hear all the talking points from this week's Women's League of Ireland setups. The ELOI finals were on over the weekend. Scotty, Mr. Welly, who was once a guest on this podcast many, many moons ago, was back in action for Cork City. I'll be honest here now, lads. I've no idea how he got on, how it finished.
I didn't check, honestly. I should have checked. I actually didn't realise it was on the finals.
Yeah.
I just don't look. You know what? I know it's professional, whatever. There should be a fan zone. You know, like I don't see the point in having a bunch of professionals from different parts of the country. You should have a mini tournament for Cork City fans. The winner then goes in. Like, what's the point in having this fella from one? Like, he's a good player, whatever. Yeah, I'm like Division 6 or something. I'm terrible, and I'm way too old to be playing it. But I was playing it 10 minutes. I was usually playing it 10 minutes before I started here. They should get fans to qualify and enter it. They'd be interesting because you know the lad who's in it. Like, just hypothetically, if Dom qualified, I'd be in there with me bottle of 7-Up full of vodka, having a crack and cheering him on. Like, do you know what I mean? You would though. You'd support your mates or your friends. Like,
love you, Dominic.
So I think, yeah, I'm putting it up there now.
The chant,
this should be a fan's qualification. Yeah. And if your man Welly wants to enter, he can enter as a fan, but he has to be a proper fan. Like, you know?
Like, I don't understand the whole Electronic League of Ireland. You're saying they're professionals. Are these guys making a living?
There is professionals out there, like, but these guys are more like there's different types. There's fellas who are professional gamers, and there's guys who are professional gaming vloggers. You know, streamers is what I suppose you'd call it.
Okay,
but yeah, they're getting money out of it. Of course they are.
But our co-owner, or not co-owner, but you know, David has an e-gaming company, doesn't he? That's his area. Am I right, Jim?
Yeah, but there'd be sponsors and stuff. Like, you'd have all these sponsorships at this events, and there's prize money. You don't get paid for it, but you win prize. It's like tennis. You know what I mean? You win a tournament, you get money, you get sponsorship. It is quite big globally, but League of Ireland standards, it's not really.
All right. Are you a gamer, Dom?
No, I'm shy to FIFA. I used to play it in college and in student accommodation. It was good crack then, but I wouldn't be considering it a professional sport at all. Fair play to the lad, but I just
is darts a sport?
I knew he was going to ask that. I just knew that was the next question.
Darts is the 80s, 70s version of this. Like, I'm not saying darts in a sport. It's good. I love watching it. You know, it's the same kind of skill, like. You know what I mean? Except you're not in the pub playing PlayStation, you're sitting at home on your own in your boxers, vodka in hand. That's right. You know,
who plays PlayStation in a pub?
No, I'm just saying darts is the PlayStation version where you're in a pub playing darts. Instead of to eat this, you're sitting at home in your jocks with a pint in your hand, playing a game against some fella in Sri Lanka. Do you know?
Interesting.
It's the same thing. Like, darts is the same as esports.
Darts is a sport as well, by the way, 100%. So have we established how Mr. Welly got on in his ELOI fund?
Surely one of us in the last 10 minutes was looking.
I was just going to say, I presumed you were Googling or looking it up there, Scott. You know what I mean?
Keep talking there for a minute, guys.
Okay, so
is there any sport out there that's not a sport in your view?
Is there any sport that's not a sport?
I fucking mean that.
Why is everyone in this pod fucking can't stand GA but Dan? It's mad.
Yeah, like, is there?
Because
No, I think like is snooker a sport? That's like, yeah, like there's not much.
I'd say it's a competitive game. Difference in games and sports. Like Scrabble is a game. I wouldn't call it a sport. I put snooker, Scrabble, all that kind of thing. Darts. You know this in the Winter Olympics when they're skiing, they're doing cross country and they get the guns out and they're shooting.
Yeah.
Like, is that part? Is that part? Like, I know it's part of it, but would that be considered a sport? The shooting part is shooting clay pigeon stuff a sport? I don't think so. It's a game.
Interesting. Yeah, we're getting into territory now. I never thought we could. If Dominic would just hurry the fuck up, like we could move on.
Guys, where the fuck can you find this? Maybe.
Okay, look.
Yeah.
We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it later on in the pod. We'll let you know. So guys, obviously we spoke last week about Ronan Keating was producing this, this trip around Ireland thing, and Rory was going to be on it, and it appeared on the BBC. I think it was last Sunday night, was it? No, last Monday night.
Yeah, Monday, but it was available
after
on the
we finished recording
Thursday.
Yeah. I think. Pretty emotional stuff, Scott. It has to be said.
It was, and I have to say, Rory Keating is a far better looking man than Ronan Keating. I didn't think that, but Rory Keating is a beautiful man. He really is. Yeah, it was like it was a good watch. I thought it was different. Would I have watched if Rory Keating? I would have actually, because I think I would have. It was good.
Like Rory went into some detail still about his father's tragic passing, the effect it's had on him, and that's what I was talking about to Scotty about. It was an emotional watch at times.
Yeah, definitely. And do you know what? It really gives a bit of insight into him. Like, he spoke about, like, when he's on the pitch and he'd look up into the stand to see his father there, and he's obviously missing that. He said the toughest part is when he gets back to the dressing room, he checks his phone to see because he's expecting to see a text from him. Like, you can imagine how that was so tough. Like, how tough that must be for him and everything. It's no wonder then the pressure builds up, and it is really difficult few years for him, and you just have to feel for him, and you have to hope that he gets the support that he needs too from everyone, because it is very difficult for him.
Yeah, and look, I mean, no, it's not the time for the City fan base to turn on Rory Keating. We know he's not playing at the top of his game, but as we said, there's actually a year in the First Division where we have enough time for Rory to play himself back into form. No doubt it will come at some stage. As we said, like there's two ways this can go, and as I said last week, there's an element, or there was signs that the fan base were starting to turn on him a little bit, Scott. But as I said, I think people will have watched this and realised that that's not the way to go now. That's not the correct route.
Right? If we're in a Premier Division, right, I get, and we're losing, I get people like going, oh, we have to this and this. We're in the First Division. We're going to win it. I think the man deserves, what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm struggling out for this. He deserves time for the injury, mentally, the whole lot. We're in the First Division. Give it time. Does he need to get rested sometimes? Probably does. So he could score 1 goal, 2 goals, bang, he's in form again. He deserves a chance with us. I think he's done enough for us over the last few years to be not getting hounded by people. It's a minority, and they're idiots. I'm sorry if you're giving them grief, you're a fucking idiot.
I know. I'd have to say no. I wouldn't go that way either.
I would. In fairness, no, it's not like we're fucking 5th in the division. We've won 5, drawn 1. No, won 6. 5 or 6?
No, drawn 5. 1-5, drawn 1. We'll get to that in a minute.
It's not push panic buttons yet. And should he be? I'd drop him. Yeah. Do you know what? People just need to chill out.
What I think, so, and it comes back to what I said last week about his confidence. So even forget about all that stuff. And I didn't want to talk about like what happened with his father last week and everything, but it came out on TV. So obviously we're going to pick up on that. But take that out of it. The first 2 games he scored. I mean, the first game against Treaty wasn't really his goal, but still, second game he scored against Bray. But
Wexford.
even after that, Wexford, sorry, yeah, when we played Bray then, he played really well, but he didn't get a goal, and that was frustrating him. And you could see his even though he played well, he was frustrated about it. In the last couple of games, he hasn't been great. But when you take into account everything that he's going through, and he spoke about it, that was filmed, I think that was recorded in November, December, or around that time. And so that's weighing on his mind. So I think we are very quick as a fan base to turn on players and to find a scapegoat. I really don't think that he should be the scapegoat. I think he needs to be given time and he needs to be understood.
You have to understand, his rival is Sean Maguire, right? Even though they're teammates, what he does is going to be matched against Maguire. Maguire's on fire. He's got more goals. So he's looking at that going, yeah, I've scored twice. Once according to you. But he scored 4, 5, 6. So he's going to be measured against Sean Maguire the whole time. And that's what the pressure might be as well. You don't know what goes on.
Even the fact that... Sorry, go on, man.
Yeah, you don't know what's going on. So, people just need to kind of take a step back and go, do you know what? Like, in Pongo as well, I probably slayed him saying he should be off. But you were right last week saying he's in the wrong position. There's other players who should be picking up the slack even more. Like, so, is it down to Barry Robson as well? Anyway, I'm going off.
But even on what you said about him being compared to Shawnee, like if you think about from when he signed and it was the return of our hero, our club legend, and it was so great. Then a week later, Shawnee came back, and sure, that completely dwarfed the signing of Keating. So, like, I don't know, Rory Keating really is Mr. Cork City at the moment. He loves this club, and he's, no matter how frustrated he is, he gives so much time to the fans and everything, and he's spoken so highly of the club. I just think people need to give him a break.
And like it's I hadn't thought about that aspect of what Scotty just said there, but it does make perfect sense because, like, and obviously the two lads are great buddies. They're in business together. They have the coaching school, all that stuff. Like, but they're professional sports people, and if there's two strikers in a team and one guy is outscoring the other, of course there's going to be a little bit of I need to do better, and there's internal pressure comes and all that kind of stuff, And it's an interesting aspect to it that I hadn't thought about before. And yeah, there's I think it's just as I said already. Now's not the time for a fan base to turn on. Probably not on any player, but definitely not on Rory Keating. Was there anything else out of that documentary that either of you guys wanted to pick up on?
Never knew there was a temple down in West Cork. Buddhist temple.
It's quite a big tourist attraction, actually.
Is it?
It's nice views.
I don't even mention where it was.
It's in Beara, kind of out west towards Allihees, that direction. Okay. Where Rory was doing the road bowling was Iries. Where they met there, that was Iries.
As you had predicted it would be, Don.
Of course, I know everything, sure.
Yeah, here we go. We'll move on. Some Danish superstar DJ wearing the old Adidas knockoff Cork City jersey that the club then, highlighted and tweeted. But is it kind of silly? And I'm not having a go at the club here. I'm asking a genuine question. When the club is producing its own gear in-house, making it that it's promoting legendary gear, which is clearly a knockoff and is not available for sale through the club.
Yeah, well, we know that, but most people don't. So it's advertising, it's promoting, it's marketing. I see why they do it. But like they're the same people who went off and got DHgate, and your man on Twitter pulled them up on doing the same thing. So yeah, I get what you're saying, but they're doing it to promote the club, because 90% of people don't realize that's a knockoff jersey. You can barely even see it. The way he's standing, you only know because the crest is wrong, because we know who gave him the crest. And the crest was wrong. Designed by the club. And someone else, a fan, gave that person in. Anyway, probably going too deep on this.
But you say it's marketing and it's all those things, Scotty. But
of course it is.
There's no benefit to the club because there's no money coming back in. Like if somebody goes on and Googles, Cork City Adidas, West Germany, they're going to end up on one of these foreign sites and spend their money there. The club getting none of it.
So say Gary Neville was wearing the old jersey on the overlap. Do you think it's good that he's wearing it, or do you think they shouldn't retweet that? Or of course they should, because it's still brand, it's still the club. If you see a knockoff jersey in Spain on holidays, yeah, the club aren't getting the money, but it's still marketing the club. You know what I mean? So sometimes it can be good. Like that City Christmas jumper. I didn't get one, but there was a decent one, and it was the 1994 jersey, wasn't it? City got no money, but it's good to see people wearing it.
Okay.
You know? I think. Okay. I don't know.
It's one of those things, like Cork City is obviously a football team. In the public eye, capturing attention is so important. So getting our name out there is big when you're a public entity like Cork City. So obviously, yeah, it's kind of funny that we were promoting knockoff brands as knockoff gear. But I still, as a Cork City fan, love to see anyone wearing Cork City gear, whether it's real or fake. It gives the fan base a kind of a sense that we are bigger than what we are, whatever. Massive. City are massive. Same as Gary Neville wearing it on the overlap. I love that. I know a lot of people, I mean, Kerry was saying last week that he's the worst person on earth, but I've no real problem with him, and I thought it was great to see a City jersey out there.
And the difference is, in my word, that was the official club jersey, this season's jersey. So if people go looking for that jersey, it is Cork City and Rebel Army Clothing are the ones who are getting the benefit and the good from that.
It depends what you're trying to do. Are you trying to sell, or are you trying to raise awareness? They're two different beasts in marketing, I think, anyway. And if you're trying to raise awareness, it doesn't matter about that. If you are trying to sell, then yeah, it's not good. So it's 6-1 really. Like it just depends on your. It'd be worse if you didn't retweet it. I'd be good not why they didn't do it. It's just it's just funny that, you know.
Yeah. The other argument is that when we're making our own gear, why don't we? Like, clearly that particular jersey there's a huge interest out there in it. If you go into all the kind of sites, look at all retro jerseys, you can always come across those ones. The club could do something like it.
You do it properly, don't do it at all. You know, you can't do it half-arsed.
They did that a couple of years ago. They released a training T-shirt or something.
It was crap, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't nice. It was based on that jersey, but...
The club has been 4 years doing everything half-arsed. Why the fuck would it change, you know?
That's very true. Yeah, that's very true.
And on that note, we should move on from the commies. No, I won't play it out again. Dom, UCD nil, Cork City 1. Another 3 points in the bag. Another clean sheet in the bag. And another occasion where the fan base is up in arms going, yeah, we won the game, but this is not what we expected, and it's not what we want. I know I'm starting to think, are we getting ourselves bothered about things that we shouldn't be bothered about? You know, we're going to win the league. We're keeping clean sheets. We're winning games. Are we getting ourselves? Are we too much in our own heads as a fan base? And should it just be a case of, look, fuck it, we won 1-0, yay, 3 points. Come on to the next one.
No, I don't think so, because we, to an extent, did that in 2024 and 2022. And look how it turned out. We were right to be concerned. And I don't think people are concerned so much. Obviously, you want entertainment. Like, as we've said last week, football is about entertainment. We're not being entertained. But take that aside, that's not enough of a reason to go on a full-blown meltdown like we kind of are as a fan base. What is the fact that we know that we can see where we're going to be in 12 months' time. We're going to be... Like, this year so far, I think this has been our worst first division side. I think we're worse than we were in 24. I think we're worse than we were certainly in 22, which means that we're going to be probably next year, when we're in the Premier Division, worse than we were in 25. At a guess. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we'll completely invest, have an overhaul of a squad, bring in a great squad who will gel immediately, who suddenly have all this Irish experience and will hit the ground running. I can't see it happening, though.
Same question for you, Scott. Are we getting in our own heads too much?
Do you know what? This is supposed to be a year that everyone took a break, that everyone sat back and chilled out and didn't get worked up over it. And I think we are, and I think this pod has something to do with it too, because we're on every week. I think the forum is lighting up a bit. I think people are just hurt from before, and I think it's I overreacted Friday. I was so annoyed. Then I sat back and going, I don't think it's worse than 2023 because the team was a lot worse. We've better players. I just think we're 7 games in. Maybe just chill a bit. Again, that's just me. After a few days, I was livid on Friday. Livid.
I know.
Yeah, you know.
And why were you livid on Friday? What was it that
I was watching the game and I was
Friday?
like, this is just horrendous to watch. And what other game was on? Was it Brentford? United? Was it United?
Yeah, that was on
game on
Friday
TV.
night. I didn't see any of it, but that was...
And there was a third game on Premier. There was 3 games on. I was watching this going, this is just so bad. And we scored, yay. And nothing improves. And I just find it hard watching this shit. I think, is it to do with us as well? Is it really as bad as we think? Because is it that we're just so detached from where we should be? Is it just that we're so hurt and in pain that we're looking for every excuse? It's like, I suppose if a friend or an ex and they do something bad and you're just constantly bringing it up, will we ever get over this hurt for the last 4 years? This is what it is. It's anger and it's just frustration. I sat back there and going, you know what? Stop getting annoyed. I'm not letting it ruin my week, because it always ruined my week. It didn't ruin my weekend this week because I just forgot about it the next day. I was like, forget it. And I think we're causing it ourselves as well.
Would you say ourselves? Do you mean this podcast, or do you mean the fan
No,
base?
City fans in general. In their own way, I think we're all kind of just hurt and looking for excuses to fucking say, this is it. Usher out again. It's all Usher's fault. And Barry Robson hasn't a clue what he's doing. And what the fuck is Keating doing? What the fuck is Mpongo doing? Maguire. And, I think we're just, anything that goes wrong, we're going to hammer it. I think at the pod actually have done very well not hammering the club over the last few weeks. If anything, we've been very, I don't think we have. You saw what we were like in the first 4 or 5 years. Do you know what I mean? We've been very good to this club this season, not going in fucking sticking a knife in when most people are doing it. Now, will a stage come? 15 games in? If we have 14 wins and a draw, we can't. But if we start losing games, like I was looking at Clancy's season, he drew like 12 games in the season. That's actually fucking horrendous. That's terrible.
It was terrible.
So I don't think we're at the level of Healy's first season, or I would say Clancy's. I think we gave Clancy too much leeway, but I think we may be giving this Usher, Robson, Grayson, Maguire, Keating era maybe a little bit harsh. I don't know. We just need better football, I think.
I think maybe. Just on that, so you were saying about how we as fans need to kind of chill out a bit. My concern there is who's setting the standards then? Are we going to send a message to the club that we're happy with whatever you put out there? I think that's dangerous. I think we need to show.
We've won 5 games out of 6. When you look at it like that.
Yeah, but are you confident that we're going to survive next year based on what you're seeing this year? I know anything can happen in the next 12 months.
We could go on and win every game 4-0 and I still wouldn't be confident next season.
Mm-hmm.
Because next season, I think it's down to June and July, or July and August. I think, and I keep thinking we're going to do something. I don't. Deep down, I know he won't. And deep down, I think Robinson will be gone in November. I think he'll either A, walk because he's accepted it and the fans have had enough, or B, he isn't accepting it and will be gone because he just doesn't want to be here anymore. I think that's what's going to happen. We're back to the same shit next season. The excuse is new manager in again. We get some fucking guy from Longford Town or Athlone Town or Richie Holland back and back to the same shit again. That's what I think is going to happen. And that's why I'm trying not to fucking freak out too early, because I'm just trying to enjoy watching the games with my young fella. He's loving it. He thinks it's amazing. And that's rubbing off on me too, I suppose. Whereas I'm kind of sitting there going, it's actually shit. But look, he's happy. New perspective is what I have on it. And for me to tell people to calm down is quite scary.
It is. Who would have seen this coming? But just as well, I said it at the start of the season that I'm not going to make this argument over and over again, but I have done that. Right, yeah, we got the win, but it's the first division. Now we can make that argument every week. I do want to put that aside. It's just when you look at the standard that we are watching from Cork City, and then if you watch a Premier Division game, if you watch any of the Premier Division games, the standard there is a different level there. And if we were to draw, I know 2 years ago when we were here last, we got Derry in the cup. If we were to draw a team like that this year, and I know Derry are shite this year, but I think we'd be in trouble. Like, we'd be getting an embarrassment.
It's very hard to motivate yourself up there as well. You have to consider that too. Going to like places like UCD Bowl, like it's hard.
Well, the motivation is to the players who were here last year. You got us into this mess, and now get us the fuck out of it.
I think if we won 4-0 every game, I think these players wouldn't be there next season anyway. Unless they shouldn't be, I don't think. And look, I'm not trying to. I think I'd keep Shawnee, Murphy. I'd keep Keats too. I would and I'd keep Feely. I wouldn't keep anyone else. Generally, I wouldn't. No matter what happens.
I think the kind of half exciting thing at the start of the season was when you looked at, we'd given, was it the 7 young fellas a contract, and you were kind of thinking, okay, we could unearth a gem here. Who knows what these players are going to look like next season? And then it hasn't, like, Killian Murphy's been the only standout academy player. We haven't even fucking seen Matthew Murray, really. He was playing for the under-20s on Saturday, and he came on as a sub.
This is the problem.
2 games.
If you had Murray, Lee, and Murphy playing, right, you'd actually probably go, it's okay, we'll deal with this. If you 3, 4, 5 players under the age of 19 playing, you'd be okay, I'll deal with this for the season, it's fine. But we're not. We're still flogging the old horse again of, like, Balder should not be playing 90 minutes. Great player in his day. He should not be playing 90 minutes. Any game. Even 80 minutes, 70 minutes. He shouldn't be doing 70 minutes. He should come on for the last 20. This is the problem I have, I think. I just not. There's nothing there to kind of get excited. You know.
Okay, on the game itself, and I'll come back to Scotty in a minute because I have a
Don't
feeling
the old. Me, honestly, I don't even want to talk about it.
The Barry Lovin is maybe starting to wear thin, but on the game itself, Dominic, like, I mean, I have the feeling that UCD could be there till 9, they still wouldn't have scored. They didn't create much, they didn't cause us many issues. We struggled to take the opportunities that we created, but we didn't create many clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities. Killian scores from the edge of the box. Some people say it's deflected. I'm not sure that it was. I think it's just a good strike. Wrong foot's the keeper. Like, what are the positives? Because we've spoken about it, but like, what are the positives we can take out of Friday night?
Yeah, you see, I always try to look for some positives, try to look for some statistics or some kind of tactical insights or something, but it was a very dull game. Like, so much of nothing happened in it. I don't know, was there any kind of standout moments even that you could analyse or discuss? There was so much of nothing. Like, to be honest, it's the first time this season that I haven't even watched the match back. I always, as you know, watch the match live and then watch it back again afterwards. I didn't even bother because I was like, I can't put myself through it. Like, looking at the statistics, we had just over 50% of the possession. So it was one of the lower games in terms of possession, which I spoke about that last week, how UCD have had more possession in their matches than we have. So it was interesting to see would they try and do something with it. But like you said, and you summed it up perfectly there, they could be here until now and they still wouldn't have gotten a goal. They just didn't look like they were up for anything. But neither did we.
Was Fiacre Kelleher a positive? I thought the night he got injured, which was Bray, wasn't it?
No, Cove,
sorry, you're right, yeah. Sorry, my apologies. I was down there, I was looking at it. I thought he was having quite a good game in Cove, to be honest with you, and he went off injured. I thought on Friday night, having come back in, that he was better than he had been prior to that, up to that. And look, I would say that his time here has not been good. But he's heading now, you know, the summer it's going to be a year, and like, I don't know, are there just signs there that he's a guy who's starting to play himself into a bit of form? Or am I completely reaching?
No, I think you're right. I actually said the same thing, that in the first half of the Cove game, I thought he played quite well before he picked up the injury. And yeah, he didn't look he didn't look out of place or like he struggled or anything like that. He looked quite decent by the standard that was there. I thought definitely UC or Cove, he had a good performance. I would say the game on Friday, he had a good performance for the standard that was there. Another, and while you say it, actually, Conor Drynan does deserve a shout out to. And I said the same thing after that Cove game as well, but I thought when he came on, he was quite good. So maybe there are two positives there.
Okay. Enough positives, no, Scott, for one podcast. But just before we finish up reviewing the game, is the Barry Love train being slightly derailed at the moment?
No, 7 games, lads. 6 games. Still there. Finding his feet, it's okay. If after 13 games is where I lose my shit, okay? Just put that in the calendar now.
Okay.
I know it sounds mad, but you can't really get mad with 5 wins and a draw. I know it's shit football, right?
You can.
Okay, but question, right? Listen now, would you prefer to be winning and playing shit, or drawing and winning and losing and playing well? I'd rather get the results.
I fully accept that.
But we are Cork City and we are in the first division against amateurs. We're the only professional team, so it's not a reach to say that.
No, we're just a toy to play with. Let's not get away from the fact that that's what we are right now. We're someone's little toy, and I'm still very, very bitter that the one thing in trouble here for saying this. The one thing in life outside my
she doesn't listen, Wayne. She doesn't listen. You're okay.
But you know what I mean? The one thing that since I was a kid that I've been holding on to and struggling and putting through shit with has been just played with, toyed with, and messed around for the last 4 years. And that will never leave me. I'm still very bitter towards that. I'm still very annoyed about it because this is my football club. And it's nothing like it used to be, and it's quite sad. And it's I think that's where a lot of the anger came from Friday as well. It was just the fact it wasn't on the pitch; it was just everything going on around.
Mentioning that, I exchanged a couple of messages over the weekend with somebody who would definitely know. So I take it these figures are true, and it's just we talk about next year and we talk about last year, and it's like we were just talking about what happens when we get promoted, and this person was just saying it's harder. It's going to be harder next year than it was last year because all the playing budgets in the Premier Division are only heading one way, or the vast majority of them. There's like Waterford are miles away from it this year, and they are miles away from it, but their budget is 20k a week. Playing budget, that's just the money to pay the players, 20k a week. Drogs is 20k a week. But they have a little bit of continuity and they have solid players. Now, I think Drogs are another club with everything going on around it that can fall fast, Sligo is less and they're struggling as we can see. But there's a big gap to make up to the rest. All the rest of them are all above 30 grand playing budget a week. And we're not going to get anywhere near that. We all know that. We're not getting Shells, Bows, Derry, Pats, Rovers. They're all at 30k or more a week in terms of player wages. We're not getting anywhere near that, Scott. We'll be back. If we get to the 20, the Waterford at this week, we'll be doing well, And therefore, as we just keep saying, everything just becomes tougher, and I think that's where the frustration when people comes from, is that we're not looking at this season, everything is looking at next season. And it was just the expectation this season was, we know we're going to win the division, all we have to cling to is some fun and some entertainment and scoring lots of goals and playing well and doing things quickly, and there might be a night where we can see 2 but we'll score 4, so it'll still be great crack and everything. And it's not happening. It's these dour 1-0s, and as you said, it just builds to the oh Jesus, we're just going to get hammered next year because our budget won't be competitive. We won't have the players. We're going to play this style that isn't conducive to entertaining football. And it's just, the negativity is just pouring out of the fan base. And for a club that wants a positivity only demeanor about the fan base, it couldn't be going more wrong for them at the moment, even though they've won 5 and drawn 1 of 6 games.
We're 10 years behind everyone else. We are, like, this is what happens when you take the piss and you just think you know what you're doing and you don't know it and you don't listen to anybody and shit goes south fast. 3 times it's happened now. So I just hope someone else comes in. That's the only hope we have. Otherwise we're going to be doing this yo-yo shit for years, and maybe some year we get lucky. Maybe we do a shells on it and get lucky and get a decent manager who knows his stuff. Like, it could be Robson, it could be someone else, and you get lucky. But other than that, like, you got Derry, Shells, Shamrock, Pats, who else is there? Bows. The rest are kind of going to be the yo-yo clubs, I think. Galway, Sligo, Waterford, us. You know, that's how it's going to go for years. Until we could get Europe, win a cup, and then luck happens. But if we stay the same way we are, we're going the same way. And we'll be a yo-yo club for another decade. We're a decade behind. We're so far behind now. And it's all because of silly, stupid mistakes and being stubborn. Simple as that.
Game review that didn't review much of a game, but suck in everything else, Dominic. Very quickly before we go for the break, sum up the overall game, the matchline experience. Were you in Dublin? Did you go to Dublin?
No, I didn't make it up for that one. I watched on LOI TV.
So, look, we do have a toilet review from somebody who was up there later on, so that's something to look forward to. But as I said, Dom, just sum it up as quickly as you possibly can. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it indifferent? How'd you see it overall?
Like, again, it was the one thing I asked for last week was that we moved the ball a lot faster, and I don't think we really did that. I thought there was still a lot of sitting with the ball and waiting, and overall, like, just to echo what I've already said, there was just so much of nothing that happened in the game that it was actually really
it just dawned
miserable.
on me. Two things. Sorry for cutting across, but I know you're struggling there to get something out of the game, so I'll help you out, right? 2 things.
Thank you.
Firstly, Barry Robson's post-game comments to the club media, which was basically focusing on how well we pressed. I was listening and I was kind of going, is there nothing else the manager can offer other than our press was outstanding? I know, I understand what he was saying, and we pinned them in and we made it difficult for them. And look, if you want to deal with that one first, I'll come back to the second one then.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose we did really. Was there anything to, like, you wouldn't be writing any tactical books about it. It wasn't. Yeah, I mean, we pressed well, but it's just not much more to say about it.
Oh yeah, but I guess my point is, like, if this is all a manager, like, in terms of positivity from all he can pick out is our press was magnificent, then to be fair, the game was probably shit. Like,
oh yeah, definitely. You want to be talking more. Well, in terms of enjoyment, you typically tend to want to be talking more about what you do with the ball rather than what you do without the ball. From a tactical perspective, and managers and coaches do really enjoy that pressing element. Like, you do get a lot of enjoyment out of seeing your team working or pulling off what you've worked on, and if that's pressing, then you're going to get that. But even just how you win the ball back out of possession and all that is very good. It shouldn't be understated. But like you said, the manager should be coming on to the interviews afterwards and talking about all the chances you created.
Scott, I'll go to you with the second point and we'll finish it here then. The thing about UCD and Belfield Bowl is the microphones are on the managerial side, the cameras on the managerial side. All we could hear all night from the City bench was this inconsistent roaring and shouting. And I actually, about 70 minutes, I just kind of said to myself, how was any player actually taking any notice of this at this stage? Because you roar and you shout, eventually people are just going to ignore you. And I think the vast majority of it, and I'm not having a go, I think the vast majority of it was David Moyler just shouting things like, go, press, fast, whatever it was. But it was just kind of like, there's a part of me just wanted to go like, lads, just shut the fuck up for 5 minutes and leave us watch the game in peace,
Players should know what they're doing in certain situations. You don't need to tell a player to go, like. Josh Fitzpatrick, as an example, just plucking him out of the air. If he's on the right, you should go, get past him. He just knows he should do it. I think by shouting on the sideline is stupid, and it just shows a lack of experience in a role, in my opinion.
Clear communication is important.
Yeah,
you have to be clear on what you're telling them. Just shouting off the top of your head and stuff.
But am I having a go here just for the sake of having a go, Dom, or am I actually? Is there something to what I'm saying?
You do it in certain times. We probably are having a go, but like everyone noticed it. Like you were going to ignore it. Just shut up and coach properly. Like, I'm getting annoyed now again, aren't I?
I've succeeded. Right, lads, my night's work is done. My night's work.
But it is one of those things. Like I said, it's not the end of the world. Like you're not. If everything else is going right, you're not even going to mention it. It's just when you're already annoyed about stuff, you're going to say.
The way they're looking at it, listen to this gun. We won the game, which is the way I look at it too. But let's not
beat UCD.
Yeah, but you can only beat what's in front of you as well. And someday it's when we lose, it's going to be shit's going to hit the fan. Like it's going to absolutely explode because that's when you have no excuse.
That's one thing I just want. I'm going to make an effort now for the rest of the season. When we're winning, like my views are we should be doing better because we're in the first division, but I'm going to make an effort to try and just play who's in front of you and get on board with that. But once we lose though, I don't know. I don't know how I'll react. Did you know that Dermot Morgan, Father Ted, was a UCD fan?
So
why was there a video of him on TikTok last week organising a Shamrock Rovers song, which he wrote and played against the lads who were selling Kilcoins when they were selling Glenmalure Park?
I didn't see it.
It was part of
Tell
that.
Tell us more about that.
No, I'm not. No, because we're not wasting time. No, but it was part of that thing that was mentioned last week about the primetime report that time. Dermot Morgan was in the middle of that with his guitar singing with Shamrock Rovers fans in some pub an anti-Kilcoin song that he wrote, or an anti-Don't Sell Glenmalure Park. No, he could still have been a UCD fan. That's obviously but he certainly had some connections to Shamrock Rovers.
He would say he was an LOI fan. Apparently, the reason he was a UCD fan is because he said he doesn't like big crowds, which means it was the perfect place. And that kind of the attendance was 450. But that's a genuine quote by him. That he used to go to the UCD Bowl because he didn't like big crowds. There was 450 there. 450 at a match. Like that's so fucking miserable.
Nearly half time, lads.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I'm trying to get to.
They're talking shit.
I'm trying to get to it. So folks, that's it. Part 1. Come back in part 2. We'll have the mailbag. We'll have the Athlone preview. We'll have the SB of the week. And sure, who knows? We might have an Ireland chat depending on time.
No, we won't.
No, we won't. Okay.
We won't.
Join us then.
Meet Evan from Cork. Evan is a research every hostel kind of guy, but Evan is also cheap. He refused to pay for international data because, in his words, I'll just use Wi-Fi. It'll be grand. Fast forward to a foggy mountain pass in Vietnam. Evan's on a motorbike. It's pitch black. Suddenly, the bike dies. No signal, no GPS, just Evan, the fog, and a very creepy silence. He stumbles upon a farmhouse where a local man looks him dead in the eye and says, "You ride more, you die." In the morning, Evan sees the truth. He was 2 minutes away from driving off a cliff into a ravine. Don't be a cliff top, Evan. Staying connected isn't about posting your lunch. It's not about being the subject of a true crime podcast. With Saily eSIM, you get instant data the second you land. No sketchy Wi-Fi, no dark ravines. Download Saily because I'll be grand. Our famous last words. Head to Saily, that's SAILY.com/ToeTap for 15% off as a ToeTap loyal listener.
Hey, welcome back to part 2 of this week's Toe Tap. It's time to hit the mailbag. Okay, there we go. We'll start with the Patreons.
Seriously, like.
Look, I mean, this is, I don't know, it's going to become a thing, hasn't it? This is how fucking stuck we are to try and make shit happen because, you know, this is just like, yeah, shorten the intros. Carl Power says, still no sign of the fans' open meeting between Forrest and Usher. This occurred well before the season started last year, but here we are 6 games into the season and still nothing. Thoughts? Is the relationship between Forrest and Usher untenable, or is Usher too busy with a potential sale of the club?
I think the relationship between Cork City and Usher is untenable. That's my view on it.
Yeah, I think listen, I'm not a Forest member, so I can't in any way speak for Forest. I'm guessing as somebody on the outside
I'm
looking
disgusted by the whole situation.
I think the relationship is strained. I think
Sure, there never was one. Let's not pretend there was one. Like, are we thinking it was a good relationship? It was never. You remember our podcast, and you remember this, like it was. You know, there was no relationship there. There never was. It's people just keeping up with the Joneses. Is that the word? Is that the saying? No, it's not.
Well, it is a saying, yeah. When you try
keeping
to
up the keeping faces, keeping face. I don't know what. You know what the
keeping face, yeah, keeping face.
There's no relationship there whatsoever.
So, would you expect the meeting to go ahead, or do you think it'll just be quietly jettisoned without much attention being given to it?
If it does happen, it'll just be Anna showing up or someone again, and that's what'll happen. Does anyone care, really?
I do.
I think Forest members want to get in a room with Dominic. I think they do. Or with Dominic. Of course, they want to get in a room with Dominic. They want to get in a room with Dermot. I think they do. I think they want to put some questions to him.
Yeah, but sure, what kind of answer are you going to get?
Oh, well, that's another... Dom, I don't know. I'm going to presume you're a Forest member. Do you want to get in a room with Dermot?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's not going to accept. He's not going to accept a question from you anyway, even if you are a Forest member. I know you're laughing. I'd be pretty certain that's
not fair either.
We'll try it out someday. If we're given the opportunity.
Fair, like?
No,
I'm not saying it's fair. I'm just saying
it's one of those things. Whether we get the answers we want from him, we need to be given the opportunity to voice our concerns and to put our perspective and our opinions across too. We mightn't get the answers we want. Maybe we will, but we deserve to be heard at least.
Is it a meeting you expect to happen?
I think it has to. Like, do you know, how do you deal with the PR of not having that meeting go ahead? Like I said, it'd probably be, for the time being, I imagine, throw Aina or somebody else from the club under the bus and throw them in there, and then maybe once we get promoted back and if things are looking good, then he might come in and say, what are y'all giving out? We won the first division.
Do you know, he's staying out of the media. Fair play to him. So everyone wanted. He's staying out of the public eye. I'd say just leave it go. Do you know, like, I backed it. I said at the start of the season that he's changed. And, do you know, we haven't heard any crap coming. We haven't heard any. I'd say fair play to him for at least changing it. So I'd say don't bother.
He's staying out of the media, but he also gave his word that he would meet the fans, and he's gone back on that.
I'd rather just stay quiet and just let
shocked, I tell you,
the football do the talking. Like, you know, whoever advised him that he's taking the advice, and fair play to him, I say.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Patron Anthony Falvey, which is meaner, Chapel Rowan's security guard or Dermot Usher's transfer budget?
What the fuck's a Chapel Rowan?
Chapel Rowan? Oh, no, I only know this because it came up in Last Damas last night. I don't know who Chapel Rowan is. She's some singer, and there was something with Jorginho. Remember the former Chelsea player?
Okay.
Yeah.
There was something happened in a hotel. Oh, he says his wife and his daughter walked past her and smiled at her, and the next thing, her security guards did something to his wife and child. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but like, I don't know who Chapel Rowan is, so that's the starting point for me. And after that, I'm lost. But like, I guess we did the budget thing a while ago. Like, the budget has to dramatically increase to match the Premier Division sides, and I don't think any of us think that is going to happen. Okay, we have the Sean O'Sullivan's UCD toilet review. I need to clear my throat. So Sean's UCD toilet review took the road up to shitty old Dublin last Friday to review the Jack situation at full time of another shitty performance. He likes his Jack's puns anyway with the two shitties in the opening paragraph. The whole area was really clean. No crap blocking the urinals, which is always good to see. The toilets were stainless steel, something which wouldn't look out of place in a prison. Must be freezing to use them in the middle of winter. Toilet paper was in both stalls, but was stuck in one of the holders and impossible to get out. Both doors locked, which is always good to see. The water from the tap was freezing cold, and there were no hand dryers at all. A nice selection of city stickers were plastered on the water cisterns of both toilets as well, but no balls to the wind ones. Overall score would be 6 out of 10, still better than the MFA TCS. Unfortunately, I can't see there being a Finn Harps review, so stay tuned for treaty toilets in a couple of weeks. Expect a low score because I'm pretty sure they use Portaloos and Treaty's already a kick.
Magnificent.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I just have this mental image of a man walking into a cubicle, locking the door, unlocking it, walking back out, going into the second cubicle, locking the door, unlocking it, going back out, checking cisterns. The security guard comes in and what are you doing? I'm just checking the cisterns for Cork City stickers there and there's an issue there with your toilet roll holders. The toilet rolls won't come out of it. You might sort that out,
Pictures would be nice, though. If we can get pictures next time, we can retweet them.
Pictures
you better
would be
put
nice.
on like a glove and go dusting the top of all the stalls or checking for dust and how cleanliness it really is. Oh, we could only dream of.
There is improvements he could make to his reviews. Like that's.
I would love a fella who was vlogging toilets globally for football stadiums. That'd be brilliant.
And fair play to him if he's going to all the away matches too. If
yeah,
there has to be several people who put themselves through that. You could blame him.
Take over from Sean for a week. That'd be great, lads. Thanks.
Come here. Will we give him diesel money to go to Finn Harps?
That'd be we give somebody.
Diesel's expensive now at the moment, but I mean,
I would, yeah.
Yeah. Sean, if you want to go to Harps, give us a shout. We'll,
or if you could nominate someone who can, we will supply the petrol. Maybe not diesel. If you're driving a petrol car.
We won't give you diesel then, yeah. We might do that to try.
We'll give you a roll and a bag of crisps on the way as well.
Yeah, okay. Look, you come back to us, Sean. You come back to us. Right, let's hit the X. People call it X now. Twitter, mailbag. There's one here from a Wayne. Will Declan Carey be back this week? Or is it the Decky Dom show again? Keep up the great work. Thanks very much, Wayne, for your nice words. Sorry, we don't call out people's names.
Carey last week.
Yeah, we don't.
You what?
What? Only for fucking Carey. Sure, Carey was the reason. It was on. Myself and Dom were straight to the point, nice and quick, sharp analysis, and Carey just blanked and on, non-stop about shit. Like,
just waiting for him to shut up.
I still haven't finished it. I'm telling you, I'm on like 1 minute 54, or something. There's like 3 minutes left to go.
It's a great podcast.
That's the first division. You're going to burn yourselves out like within fucking 3. You're like Barry Robson.
Okay. This is what happens now. I'm putting an end to it. We'll keep moving. When are the performances, good results aside, going to improve? Straight to the point.
13 games in.
13 games in.
The results are good. Results are good.
He says results aside, yeah. When are the performances going to improve?
When we get more players in, which is probably actually July, which means August or September, the end of the season.
I don't think we'll see a difference. I don't think we'll see a change.
Okay. Another one here now, Scotty. Settle now, Scott. Settle, right?
He's gone. Scotty's gone. It's
Oh, sorry, Wayne. Okay, Wayne, settle. Right? With the likelihood of 100 goals being low and 100 points based on our performances as unlikely, what are the new targets now? And are we all just focused on when you do our podcast?
6 games in, lads. Like we're on roll to 97 points. We're on target for 97 points. Goals, fair enough. That's a bit shit. But look, Keith scores a few and Pongo scores a few, and we're back on it. But we're on target for 102. We're just a few results off.
Okay.
Let's not lose sight of the target.
84 points to go, 88 goals to go. Like, look, we're obviously not going to
88 goals.
88 goals. Yeah.
It's 100. Dom, how many goals is it? How many goals? What's it? Every week, is it? Can anyone get this fucking target right? Like,
you said 102 points and 100 goals.
I told you last those 2 points in cut-off.
We've only scored 2 goals all season.
What? You said 88 goals.
Oh, 88. I said 98. Sorry, apologies.
No, I was getting worried about you there.
But it's one of those things, and yeah, it's not likely to happen, but that is what we should be...
Which means it's not likely to happen.
Hold on. It's not likely to happen. We're shite.
You're just going to be negative all the time, like. You can't have a bit of belief in the fucking team. We're hitting 97 points average, right?
Okay.
But how long?
It's been how long?
I just think one loss and then it all falls apart.
That's what you think. Let's see. Let's see, baby.
Somebody got out of the mental asylum and onto Twitter. Can I say that Dom is great with his analysis and with his Can I say Dom is great with his analysis of the matches? He's spot on all the time. Keep up the great work. The Dom. Like, off me, lads.
Thank you. I think I kind of bottled that one then today. I didn't really analyse the game at all, but sure look.
No, I should say we
don't
don't
take an hour to finish the first half.
That's from a man who was once went by the moniker of the Dogger, so you know, it may or may not be valid. 6 games in and more or less the same lineup in all of them. Who from this lineout starts in the Premier Division next season?
Feely, Shawnee,
Maguire,
Keating,
Murphy.
Dara Crowley, Kelleher, and Brown.
No, they don't.
They will start.
They will. Yeah,
you.
They shouldn't.
No.
Yeah, but that's not the question. It's like who will start.
Well, yeah, probably all of them, bar maybe 3 additions or 3 changes or something. But I'd imagine this is very like the team that we'll have next season.
This is the issue.
This is the reality of it. It's not good.
I tell you, I was off this for a week and I was in great form all week. This just drags you down, like.
Right, we'll keep going. So, unpopular opinion, but I felt Connor joining made a positive impact on Friday. You gave Connor the shout out already earlier on, Dominic. Scotty now is holding his head in his hands, shaking in uncontrollably.
I don't know, is that from the last point though?
Yeah, I think. Okay. Here's one for you, Scott. We'll go, and then we'll hear from John.
He's gone. He's left last season.
Sorry, Wayne. My apologies. You see, I don't host often, so Dan has it right. Something's been on my mind. I'm not suggesting anything. Just wanted to know your opinion. Where do you think we would be if we didn't get Rory and Shawnee back and allocated that money elsewhere? Because although they're my favourite players, what have we achieved with them?
We'd be in a worse position because Jarnash would have signed someone. And you can't tell if Robson has the contacts, but I'd imagine anyone is better than Jarnash. So I'm quite happy that was it under Clancy or Nash we got? Clancy, yeah. So I'm quite happy we got them because I wouldn't have trusted Nash to get anybody in this squad, in this team.
See, the thing for me with this is the presumption that the money used for them would have been used elsewhere, and I don't think that equates at all. I don't think you had to sign Shawnee, you kind of had to sign Keats, otherwise there would have been a mutiny in the fan base. Nobody's going to mutiny if we didn't sign a right back, you know what I mean, or a central midfielder, why not? So I don't think the money gets redistributed, Dom. That might be unfair of me, but I don't think it does.
No, I think you're spot on. And it probably was separate to the budget that was originally there, but let's just say we're wrong in that one and that did come out of the budget or whatever. Put together what we're spending on Shawnee and Keating. Who are we going to sign? Are you going to trust Cork City, as we know it over the last couple of years, to do any better than what we have? I don't really. Yeah, maybe we would have gotten 4, 5, 6 players for that same budget, but what quality of player are you getting for that money? Shite. And inexperienced, and even let's say we get 6 players, the reality of them is at least 5 of them are going to be worse off than what we have now. So I think
to be
we're better
fair,
off
I should
now
just say
with them.
You raised the question there. So when Shawnee and Keats came in that summer, it was an addition to that first division budget. The budget was added to for the amount of their wages from the summer to the winter window. But then that was all included in the budget for the following season, and that's where we slipped up badly, and I remember saying in those podcasts, if it's addition to the planned budget for next season, it's fine. If they're going to take it out of the planned budget for next season, we're in trouble. And unfortunately, it was taken out of the planned budget for the following season. So, but to be fair to the club, when they signed, it was an addition to that opening budget. In theory, if Usher thinks he's going at the end of the season, why do you think he would invest heavily in the summer, knowing that he's out the door in a few months and it's not in his financial interest to do so? Is this a worry for us because we need a good window?
It is a worry, yeah.
Do you want to expand on that? Or
It just is, because why would he? The question answers itself.
Yeah.
Would you blame him either? No, I wouldn't. Especially if we're winning. That's what I'm saying. I said to see on Friday, remember I said at the start UCD might win? Because maybe we do need some bad results to kind of, if we're winning every game and we're doing well, I'm pretty sure someone's going, it's grand, just ignore the noise. All we are is noise. Fans are noise. And I think if we lose a few, draw a few, maybe that's the catalyst we need to.
Where's the idea coming from that he's going to sell, or that it's being lined up?
It's just what fans think.
Yeah.
Want.
You know what I mean? It's hope more than anything, really, for a lot of people.
Yeah, okay.
And maybe we'll be in a worse state. Maybe someone worse will take over. Maybe they will.
That's always it, yeah.
But the risk against reward, it's worth taking the risk. It's like if you're going to a bookies and you've got, if you can spend it, is it worth taking the risk and losing what you're putting on? That's the question to ask. And I think it is worth the risk. Because I don't think it's only going backwards. And I've never felt so low as a City fan. And to me, if we keep going the way we are, it's just going to be done in a couple of years.
Okay, Dom, what's the real version of Bazball? The opening couple of performances or the most recent? Friday night's game was as hard a watch as I can ever remember.
Yeah, I hate to be negative, but based on what we heard from fans of his previous clubs and what we'd seen when he joined, I think it's safe to say it's the more recent performances, which isn't good.
Okay, and a final
6 games.
What have they done with the Clonakilty burger stand?
Gone, isn't it?
It's just gone. It's
gone.
It went down. It was lovely when it first opened. It's gone down. It went downhill fairly rapidly, to be honest.
Yeah,
but it is a shame because you know what it can be. It was in the wrong
place anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been put at the front, and it would have made an absolute fortune.
Yeah, the location wasn't great either. Down the far end of the Donny Ford.
I loved it, but I couldn't be arsed half going down getting it.
Yeah. It's a long
especially
walk
with how narrow it is.
To be fair.
With how narrow it is there, you have to squeeze past people and
the movement of people at half time going to toilets and things like that.
Why
the
is
location
that
was
flower
probably
bed in place? Is that sewage behind it?
There has to be something. Yeah, there has to be something under there.
Yeah, I was wondering because just again, it's the Munster Football Association turns cross issue, and maybe there should be someone looking at that.
That's where the bodies are buried.
From a health and safety.
Okay, so very quickly, actually, I forgot about this. Dom, have you SBMBS nominations for us this week?
It's time for the SBMBS of the week.
Done it.
No, we did say when we just started that there may not be every week because there may not be shit happen every week where you get nominations. There
was something small that I put into the group chat today, but I'm not sure if that's really worthy of it. If there's no other ones, it's certainly not worthy of winning it.
I think there's a clear winner. It's Drogheda United and the whole Joanne Byrne situation, and they've basically sacked her as co-chairman and removed her from the board. And Travago are, they're not really well thought of in Drogheda these days. I know it's Travello, the Travago thing's a joke.
Oh, right.
Just nobody could see Dominic's looking at me going, it's not Travago. So are we happy to just give Travago the SB of the week without any competition?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
If they ratify it by playing the song again.
Okay, let's ratify it.
It's time for the SBMBS of the week.
The voiceover artist who does that, and there's a couple of other jingles for us as well. He was on the radio today as I was leaving the office, heading for home. So it's good to hear this random person who none of us knows.
Very familiar.
Is now working on local radio again. As I said, don't know who he is, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
Very familiar though.
It's an agency.
Nice
We got him through an agency.
AI, that's what it was.
Just happened. Athlone this Friday night, Turner's Cross, 7:45. Well, Turner's Cross, my apologies. Munster Football Association, Turner's Cross Stadium. I can't even say it. Tripping over my own teeth. Athlone, Friday night, 7:45. No Killian Murphy, because he's with the Irish under-17s. No Brodie Lee, but he hasn't played anyway. He's with the 19s. But it's two bodies, two spaces that have to be filled. I think last Friday night was the first night, Dominic, that we filled the bench for a league game this season. We're down two bodies. And it's fucking absolute madness to say this. But we're down a 16-year-old who's away with the Irish under-17s. And it causes us a massive, massive issue.
Yeah, I mean, who would have seen, if you were to go back 10 years and say 10 years from now, Cork City would be struggling to play against Athlone because they're missing a 16-year-old in his debut season. You'd laugh at it. But I mean, the squad would really be the same as was. I don't know who to replace Killian Murphy with.
Presume Badge or not Badge. Well, yeah, we should say Declan Hughes on Friday night calling him AJ Badge, and Rory Mulcahy at the back at one stage as well instead of Rory Kelleher. No, what am I doing? Fiacre Mulcahy. Where am I getting the Rory? My fucking head. Fiacre Mulcahy, not Rory Mulcahy.
Yeah, that could have been an NSB nomination, to be fair.
Could have been, but we didn't think of it until now.
We'll get better at that. Yeah, you're probably right there. I'd like to see Niall O'Keefe go in there. But we'll have to see.
Are you going to apologise to him this week?
Apologise for what?
Niall O'Keefe and the club.
Give me my opinion.
Well, you said last week that you were wrong. So, when we're wrong, we generally apologise.
I gave my opinion based on what I'd seen in pre-season, which I believe was accurate at that time.
Right. So you're not.
But Niall O'Keefe.
That's fine. On we go. So you want to see Niall O'Keefe start in front of AJ Bridge?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It will be AJ Bridge, realistically. It'll probably be the exact same, which other than that. But again, same thing I said last week, I'd like to see us move away from this back three malarkey and in something different. But the starting 11 that we had against UCD was the exact same that we had in the two games prior to Kelleher getting injured. So clearly that's a starting 11, so it's just be a case of replacing Killian Murphy.
Yeah, Scott, it does look like, and it was mentioned in the mailbag, the team is almost kind of picking itself now. The formation is picking itself. There's probably very little indication that Barry Robson is going to move away from that anytime in the near future.
No, it's winning games, so I just think he should be playing, giving minutes. Jeez, do you hear me? Giving minutes in the tank for people like O'Keefe and stuff, Murray, Brody Lee, and I just be giving other players 10 minutes kind of thing. You have to trust these players because someday you're going to need them when a player gets injured, and you need to have them sharp. And under 21 games or in 20 games don't matter. I'm on about in-game sharpness and mentally strong.
Where do we are we having to put to rest the whole Mpango on the left argument that that's not his position, because that's obviously where Barry Robson sees him, and as I said, there's no indication he's going to be moved. So do we just let that lie at this stage, Scotty, or is it something that we keep harping on about?
No, he's obviously fitting him into the team. I think it would be better to rotate the three lads. Well, no, I'd be rotating Keating and Mpango and bringing him on for the last 20, 30 minutes in the right positions. That's what I'd be doing, and playing Matt Murray. But he seems to be playing Matt Murray up front as well. Am I wrong in thinking that?
He's brought him on twice now for Keating, yeah, and played him up top, not off the left. I thought anyway.
Isn't it?
He definitely did it on Friday night.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he sees him as a striker. Who knows? Maybe Murray is the sub striker.
It looks that way at the moment, anyway, Tom.
Yeah, it looks like it. Which, I mean, if we were to play Matt Murray and Cillian Murphy on the wings, based on what we saw in Cove when Cillian Murphy finished the game out wide, and based on what we saw last season with Matt Murray when he was out wide as well, I think it'd be very exciting. I'd like to see that, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, and then you could have Mpango as the backup striker behind Shawnee and Keating.
And where does Jos Fitzpatrick fit into that then?
It's a very good question.
That's what I'm here for, to ask the questions.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Or is he playing back in your back four?
You could do. Probably wouldn't be a wise move, but if you want to fit him in there, I mean, if you can fit Mpango on the left when he's no left leg, then why can't you fit Josh Fitzpatrick from a right wing back to a right back?
Yeah. So Athlone are third in the table at the moment, 10 points from 6 games, 3 wins, 1 draw, 2 defeats, scored 8, conceded 7. It's just the most typical first division record of all time, Scotty, isn't it? And it's a game.
He's gone.
Sorry, Wayne. It's a game that we should just go out and win with or without Cillian Murphy. But the way we're playing, there has to be some question mark about our ability to do that.
It's going to bite us in the ass someday. I don't think it'll be this week. I think we'll win 2-0. I think hopefully Keats scores. I think it'll be 6 wins and a draw, and we'll still be moaning again next week.
Dominic, something we said at the start of the season, like, we're 5 points clear. We haven't played well. But what we said at the start of the season, Hamlin, all the teams behind us are taking points off each other. And we're just beating them 1-0, 2-1, and the majority of them won't take points off us. And that'll be the deciding factor. Athlone are typical of a team in this division who they go out, they win a game, then they lose a game, they draw a game, and they'll probably be around the playoffs, but they're not a challenge to us, and no team is probably a challenge to us in terms of winning the league.
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course not. Like all the League of Ireland first division experts maybe would say that Athlone are having a very good season, which I suppose like they're third, so fair play to them. It's a lot better than last season. They finished bottom and they were an embarrassment last season. But at the same, what's quite interesting is between second place and second last, there's only 5 points in the difference. And between Athlone in third and bottom, there's also only 5 points in the difference. So it is a very tight league. Who knows? Like Athlone are third at the moment, they could well finish rock bottom too. Cove are ninth. Cove could finish second for all we know, but none of them are going to finish first. The gap between first and second is the same as second and second last. Like that just goes to show where the league is at.
Yeah. Like, what can we expect from Athlone? I think it's going to be the same thing that Barry Robson has given over. Come down, sit in, low block, try and catch us on the break with a bit of pace, probably Grady Lomboto operating from a wing as opposed to up front, and as I said, just trying to use his pace to get out when they can, and maybe just try and turn us and knock it over the top and see if they can create something that way.
Yeah, I think I do like Grady Lomboto, but that realistically is what's going to happen. And as I said a couple of weeks ago in here too, I gave the blueprint of how to beat City. You just have to soak up the pressure early on and then get them on the counter-attack late.
Why is it so hard?
Behind.
Why is it so hard in this era to break down a low block? When in the 90s, in the 80s, it's what every team did, especially at World Cups and Euros. Why is it so hard now?
I mean, it's not that hard if you have the quality and if you have
just
the
get
players
the ball
for it.
in the box. It's simple. Like this ticky-tacky shit outside the boxes. Get shots on goal. Take a shot front of the box. Like it's ridiculous. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it.
I do get the idea of passing it around and holding possession is to drag players out to create that bit of space and playing behind.
They're not
but when
going
you're
to
moving
do it.
when you're moving as slow as we are with the ball, you're not going to drag anyone out because they're just thinking, right, let them play with it let them keep the ball where they have it. They're not going to hurt us there. So yeah, you are right. We need to be taking shots. We need to be forcing our way through that low block. Problem is, do we have the quality to do it?
Up until 10 years ago, right? If you played someone like Gibraltar or San Marino or any in the FA Cup, and the team sat back, 10 men behind the ball, eventually it always cracked. Always. For some reason, this era, playing the ball in front of the box, playing it around, getting fast, getting speedy, it doesn't work. Of course it doesn't work because they're playing into their hands. Just take shots, get the ball in the box and just head it down and take shots. Like it's not rocket science. Like I just don't understand why we don't do it.
Yeah, look, I think there's a little bit more to it than that.
There's not more to it.
I think players are fitter now, they're better coached, the systems are better, the defensive structures are better. Fellas don't commit. It's harder to pull a fella out because he's not willing to commit himself to come out in the first place. It's coaching. I think coaching's better, Scott.
Shit coaches
Wayne, and that's what it comes down to. Go on, Wayne. You've already said we'll win 2-0. Are you happy enough to stick with that?
Yeah, I'm happy enough. And we'll still be annoyed. But worst things in life, lads. Cheer up.
Dom, how'd you stick on?
Could you really bet against 1-0 Cork City?
Yeah, you probably couldn't. So 2-0, 1-0. I'll say 2-1 just to be different. Wayne, very quickly, give me a crowd figure.
2,057.
You wanted to say 1,000 and something and you balked.
I didn't. I actually won't be there this week. So it'll be 2 down from normal.
Tom, give me a crowd figure.
I think you're very close there, Wayne. It would be just over 2,000. Let's say 2,114.
2,247. Right. Lads, we're almost done. Look, Ireland played Chechnya on Thursday night. We're not going to get into it, Dom. Sorry to think it's an hour and a half in.
Are we going to win?
We wish them the best of luck.
It's a tough one. What do you think? Are you confident?
Yes, I think we'll win 3-2.
Yeah.
Heimer has something about him. For a dentist, he knows ball, and I think we'll beat. I'm not sure we'll beat the Danes afterwards, but yeah, I think we'll beat them.
It's a tough one because when you remember the the Hungary game and the Portugal game, the last two ones, it seems so great, but then you have to remember there were a couple of dodgy performances earlier in the campaign. But yeah, I mean, imagine the crack if we get to a World Cup.
Well, there'll be no crack at this World Cup. This will just be an abomination of a World Cup.
I think in pubs and stuff will be good crack, I think.
I think what we need is a catchy phrase, a catchy tagline for, something like the team of us or something like that, that might work well. Ireland, the team of us. There you go.
Yeah, that's a good.
And I have my green jumper
nobody thought of that.
There was a question on X during the week, yesterday, maybe today. Which is bigger, Ireland winning the Rugby World Cup or Ireland qualifying for the Football World Cup?
Well, who gives
Football
a
World
fuck about
Cup.
rugby? So,
You tell me.
yeah. I'll put you this way. I'm too young to remember 2002.
That's
So,
scary.
Jesus
like,
Christ.
I've never experienced Ireland playing in the World Cup. This is I don't even give a shit about the Athlone game on Friday, and I'm a much bigger Cork City fan than I am an Irish fan.
We were in Havana Browns at 12 o'clock in the day clubbing. 12 o'clock noon clubbing.
yeah.
That's what it was like. It was absolutely mental. You couldn't drink until, like, I think 10:30, was it? Well, officially, you couldn't drink. But then Havana Browns
Just
opened
ways around
upstairs, and it was 6 hours of clubbing. It was mad stuff.
Lads, we need that as a country. We need it. And, like, Tri-Parrot getting a hat-trick there in Prague during the week is a great omen. What do you think of this new midfielder, Harvey Vale, that we got?
We're getting into this now. We weren't supposed to, like.
Yeah, no.
I'm
We're
trying
not
to
doing
trick
it, Tom.
you into
Sorry,
it.
we're not. I've never seen Harvey Vale kick a football. I have no opinion.
Never
on
heard
him.
of him until last week.
Yeah, no.
I didn't like him at first, but I'm warm into him.
Nobody cares, Dom. Sorry, no, it's the second time I've told you that tonight, but we're not doing it. We're not doing it.
Why don't you do your own Patreon? Lash it out. Just talk to yourself on it.
Yeah. You can do a
great.
Patreon special.
You should.
Do a watch
Get your own
along
guest
on Thursday night for all the Patreons. Watch the World Cup. Watch Dommy watching the World Cup game. You know, watch
Dommy in the World Cup.
The Dom. Sorry.
World Cup.
You
can
okay.
get that AI fella to do a jiggle for you.
Yeah, we could
Who
do
knows?
that. That's we could
Get
do.
back onto the agency.
Dom.
100%. Right. Is there any other Cork City observations that need to be made before we pack it in?
There's none. It was a very mundane pod.
It was mundane.
We need him I'm trying to drag you back down to, like.
Kerry would say that's because he wasn't here, but we all know that's not the reason.
Why do you always dig at each other on the pods when you're not on them? Like,
I was sure. What else would the fella be doing? Like,
that's true.
Do you know? Like, the fuck would I have to be digging at somebody? You know me. No, I'm too old. Too set in me ways to change. You know, too set in me ways.
Oh, one last thing, Dom. I think you need to apologise for the remark towards Niall O'Keefe. I think you do.
I think you do too. I genuinely do.
Just you got to say sorry. So I think you should, because you didn't mean it a bad way, but I think kick a man when he's down. You know.
Okay, I apologise to Niall O'Keefe, and I don't know why he's not playing.
Yes. There we go.
There we go. Is right.
Who knows why he isn't playing?
Remember one time ages ago we had a sorry kind of a jingle. Remember there was this "I'm sorry" for something or other. Or did I imagine that? I don't have it now anyway, so it's all the
Fair play, Dom. I think you'll feel better
Take some
now
man.
tonight.
Take some man. So
you're a good man.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right,
guys.
That is it. Dominic is right. That is it. Until next week's podcast, I don't know who's here next week, but join us. Somebody will be here to take you through the reaction to Athlone. And we have the double weekend to look forward to, where we go to Finn Harps on the Friday night, and then we have Kerry at home on Easter Monday, which is my birthday. And then we finish, that will be the first round of games finished. So this time, 2 weeks, the first round of games are done. We're a quarter of the way through this tragic experience that every City fan has to endure this year. Just keep the faith. Until next week, adios.
What don't you have to say what you said last week?
Say the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't think that worked. Cierro miedo, amigos.
Just say goodbye or something.
Is that adios, amigos?
It was a different podcast, was it? It was a different podcast I was listening to.
Okay, I'm going to stop.
Hey there, Toe Tapper. This podcast is sponsored by NordVPN, and we have a deal of a lifetime. So listen up. Are you still surfing the web with all your personal info hanging out? That's like going to Fountainstown with your Mickey dangling for all to see. But fear not, my digitally exposed friend. NordVPN is here to hide your pecker. With NordVPN, you can cloak your online presence faster than the club counts gate receipts. Say goodbye to those pesky ad trackers and hello to streaming shows from all over the globe. Want to watch a dodgy stream without it buffering? NordVPN might just make it happen. and hackers trying to steal your data. They'll have better luck finding Kimberly Mikado in the tea room. NordVPN's got more layers of security than the VIP section on match day. So what are you waiting for? Get NordVPN today and surf the web with style, security, and a sprinkle of quirkiness. Go to nordvpn.com/ToeTap for our exclusive deal. It's practically free. You miserable.